So, how does sound healing work and what will it do for you? So first of all, there's a lot of different types of sound healings. There's many different trainings, many different people, obviously, that are practicing sound healing. And of the types of, there's sound healing with just gongs and bowls. There's sound healing with tuning forks and where they put the bowls on you. So the type of sound healing that I do, it's more of a, they call it like a sound healing journey. It's many different instruments, usually like 15 instruments or more. And often I start with guided meditation. So the type of sound healing that I do, so the idea of it is to slowly take the mind from a more gross, from a more agitated, from a busy state, slowly to a more subtle state, and do it gradually because, our minds are busy. We have so many distractions of technology and modern life, and, there's just many stresses on us. And so if you try to create a subtle environment very quickly, the mind, can't take that quick transition, and it'll kind of like shut off. You might fall asleep. So what I do is I do it very gradually. So starting with denser sounds like the drums, and that are very easy to listen to, that don't require a lot of, subtle concentration, and then slowly take to a more subtle plane. And so by the time you get to that subtle plane, it's gradual. The mind gets tricked into kind of receiving it and paying attention without it really knowing that it's happening. And the sound healing journey uses also many different energies. So like there's a shamanic energy, a dense, a powerful energy. There's a section in the middle that's very emotional, and this helps us connect to the heart. It helps us move through any, emotions that are stuck and stagnant, and it can help them process through. And then the last section is more of a divine meditative section that I was mentioning before. It's more subtle, and so you go into like a deep meditation. And so how it works is, people have different opinions of sound healing. You may have had different experiences in sound healing, and it doesn't make sense, or it seems, very too woo for you. A lot of people are calling themselves sound healers, and they may be of different qualities. So what really is it? So, everybody has the experience of listening to music and having an experience, and their mind, their emotions, their energy changing as a result of experiencing the music. So maybe you go into a cozy coffee shop and they're playing some soft jazz and you start to deeply relax. Or maybe you hear a very emotional song that's from that you connected to when you were young, and that's full of like love or full of tenderness or full of sentiment, and you immediately can, the quality of that song like really shifts your energy. If you're in love and you hear a love song sung by someone who's connected to that energy of love, you're going to really be able to tap into the energy of love through that song and even deepen into the energy of love. And so in my studies of sacred music, of intuitive music and sound healing, what I've discovered, I'm curious. I'm like, why is this happening? Why? And why, why sometimes do we feel something with one song, but not, or at one time, but not another, for example, or if one person sings it, we have a deep connection, and another person sings that same song, we don't have the connection. So really what I believe is that it all comes down to the connection that's happening in the present moment. So if someone is singing a song of deep love and they're connected to love, they feel the love there, it's alive for them in that moment, they're transmitting, music and singing is a transmission of what is inside of us. So if we're full of love and we have that direct connection, if we can tap into that and express it through the music, other people to one degree, to a higher degree or another, will feel that love. And if someone's singing that song for the 1000th time and they're they're on tour and they're tired of that song, it's not alive for them anymore, and they're singing that same song. It could be the same song, everything could be the same, but something is missing. That juice is missing. It's because maybe it's not alive for them anymore. They're tired of it. And so with sound healing, this is the same principle of how it works. So for me, I connect to a deep place of, through my spiritual practices, through many years of meditating and somatic work and doing a lot of inner work on myself to remove the different fears and the stories around my own abilities and my own inner connection. So I connect to that place of deep love, of deep peace and stillness and meditation. And through the different instruments, even though all the different instruments communicate something different. A drum is going to communicate something different than a bowl, than a kalimba, than a flute. All those different instruments have their own essence. So I tap into the essence of these different instruments while at the same time connecting to an energy of deep love, of deep, for the opening section, it might be power and nature, and the middle section more love and care and tenderness, and the last section, divine connection. So but throughout, keeping a meditative energy of peace and stillness. And so it's like steeping in a tea. So at the beginning, you might not realize you're steeping, but over the hour period of time, as you're continually steeping in that energy of peace, of meditation, of stillness, of love, those energies you'll start to receive them more and more and more. And so that's how it works, basically. By the degree, whether it's with me or with anyone else, you're only able to receive what that person is able to tap into and transmit. So I'm trying to transmit, that feeling of deep peace, of meditation, of divine connection over the period of time through the different instruments, through the different expression of the instruments, which will keep the mind stimulated somewhat and engaged, but at the same time having that foundation of peace and stillness. And so what happens is your mind will just get very relaxed. The usual things that, we usually are looking out for distractions or some dangers, something to pay attention to. That's what the mind usually does. It's usually thinking about problems or, all these things that the mind likes to do. But when it really feels like it's in a safe environment, a peaceful environment, a loving environment, all those things will stop. And when the mind stops working so much, when the mind can really rest and relax, then the power, then that healing power of the body gets to activate. The energy moves in such a different way. We can really relax and really, that's when, different things can enter the mind, different insights can enter the mind, creative ideas, as well as just, blissful feelings from the mind finally being able to turn off for a little while. So it's more of a general deep relaxation. People can see colors or visions or have creative insights, but generally it's just like a deep relaxation experience. You can also let go of different energies and emotions that you're experiencing during the sound healing. And here's the train coming. Train horn should be involved in sound healings too. Those are incredible instruments. So that's about all. So after a sound healing, you should feel very relaxed. You can almost, often you can have the stress totally leave your body. You can be in a very happy state of mind. Different things also might come up during a sound healing, different things if you haven't processed them through. That's totally normal. You might have emotions. You might, just remember things or be processing through something. But it should really just assist with the processing, the body's natural processing, the mind's natural processing, and the deep relaxation. And hopefully you just feel really good and balanced. The power of sound is so great. It penetrates us so deeply, so much more easily than other things, especially when there's not words. And yeah, so just this energy of healing and love and care and peace and meditation, through the sound, that's what creates basically the effect of sound healing. And yeah, I look forward to, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I hope to see some of you at some sound healing events. See ya.